Hello and welcome to RoboMonk Art and Tarot. I am RoboMonk. Today we are seeing what message is coming in from your future self. We are seeing what you need to be prepared for or what you can take advantage of now so you may be in a different point in your future and you can be more prepared. So we'll take a look at that together. This is a pick a card, but before we go into the piles, I just want to say thank you for being here with me. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being a viewer. Thank you just for sharing your energy here. I love this channel. I love sharing it with you, and I just appreciate you being here every time I post. So let's take a look at the piles. Pile 1, we have red jasper. Pile 2, we have blue quartz. And pile 3, we have black onyx. So see which one resonates with you. And if you want to skip to the pile, just go down to the description and there are timestamps down below where you can skip right to your pile. All right, I'll see you there. Hello, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today we are exploring a message that is coming in from your future self. This could be a warning. This could be something to aspire to. We are going to find out together as I channel different images from Spirit and I place them down on the tarot cards, and then we will interpret the meaning together. So, as you can see, there's a very different spread in front of you. What we're going to do is we're going to concentrate on the first 3 cards on the right. This is the message coming in from your future self. The 5 cards on the left are going to be how you can either avoid as a warning of the message or aspire to attain whatever that message is, whether it's a warning or something to actually achieve. So let's get started. The first image I receive, and I got some audio from this as well, where it says the cart is before the horse. So there's literally a cart that is ahead of the horse that is supposed to be pulling it. Typically, the horse pulls the cart, but right now the cart is ahead of the horse. And the audio that I received from Spirit is that you may be doing things that are getting ahead of yourself, right? You're getting ahead of yourself and you may be doing things out of excitement, but maybe not in the right order. So this is an expression that we have here in the United States and other countries for sure. But it's something that is always an image that sticks with me. So this is your future self coming in and saying that maybe right now you have the cart before the horse. Things are not in order and they may need to be rearranged in order for things to work. Let's keep going. Your future self is also coming through on the second card with 3 leafed plant, and this leafed plant is growing, but it's also a warning where a number 3, a person that embodies the number 3 is very young at heart, is an ideas person, and they are very young at heart. They love and thrive off of an exciting setting, and they just are bursting with thoughts, dreams, ideas, and just are really fun to be around. But your future self is saying that with all of this excitement, you may have forgotten something, and it may have put you into a position where this excitement has gotten you off track and there's no real basis to this actual excitement. There's no foundation to it. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of partying, but then all of a sudden when things need to come together and be serious, there's nothing there. We're going to find out what all of this means here in a minute. These are just the images and the messages that are coming in from your future self. We're going to put it all together here in a minute. The last message from your future self is, I see an image of you looking at a king way up high. This king is seated up several stairs very far away from you, and they are looking down upon you, and they are not impressed. They are unreachable, unattainable, and you are down there wondering how to get up to talk to that king to actually maybe achieve a goal, right? Maybe they are needed at this future point in time to actually achieve your goal, and they are unattainable. I also am asking Spirit for a clarifier, and the image that I get is one of you trying to grasp a star, but it's out of reach. It's out of reach. So I really think that your future self is going for a goal and maybe not have planned it out as well as maybe you should have. Your excitement got the best of you, and you just kind of went with the idea and you're just going for it on pure enthusiasm. And there are people in the future that you need to impress in order to help you. And with this excitement, that's great, but they also need substance. They need a foundation in order to actually achieve this goal. So we're going to look at what you can do now in order to actually change the future. So maybe you can achieve this goal. Maybe you can win over these people that are going to help you. The topmost card in this circle is going to be, what happens if you don't change anything right now? What if you just carry on like you're doing and you go into the future, and what is actually going to happen? Spirit gave me a very powerful image, and it's one that we never want to see, but we're going to actually change this outcome. So we are going to do something about it. But right now, if you don't do anything, if you don't change anything and you continue on, it's going to feel like a horse has kicked you, and it's going to knock the wind out of you. So you might be very excited for a passion project or something at work, and you are just going to go all out on this excitement and just try and get everything done and just really win over people with your amazing attitude. But when it comes down to it, you're going to feel like you're going to get kicked by a horse, because just the excitement alone is not enough to win over people. It'll work for a little bit, but it won't work for the long term. And this is what your future self is trying to tell you. So you can't build or achieve this goal that you're going after on excitement alone. So you may be asking, RoboMonk, what can I actually do then? This is a very interesting reading, and there's a lot of what can be perceived as negative so far. Well, Spirit is coming in, and your future self is coming in and giving us this roadmap. So it's wonderful. So the next card we see is all about what we can do. So I see this wonderful, exciting attitude that you have, embodying this number 3, this youthful at heart, this exciting person, great ideas, great energy, and people love to be around you. You just attract people, and they love to be around you. And you're going to use this excitement to your advantage, but you're also going to plan. You are going to do an extensive, deep dive into this goal. You're going to plan exactly what you will need in the future from these people that you're going to meet. You will know the ins and outs of all of the different topics that you need to know. You will know different requirements that are going to need to be met in order to achieve this goal. It's going to take a lot more research than maybe what you were planning on, but having that excitement up top and being a charmer with the people that you meet, but also having a deep rooted foundation and knowledge of the subject about the goal that you're trying to achieve is actually going to win them over. So having this deep rooted plan and the excitement up top is going to be your key to success. So with this, I see the image of this 3-leafed plant and then roots extending down, but very systematically. It's a planned root system, right? It's a plan that involves a lot of research, a lot of development before you actually act on achieving this goal. So what is unexpected that's actually going to happen for you as you have this ultimate plan? You are researching very heavily into what needs to happen, but you also have that bubbly excitement on the exterior. Well, you're going to go out, you're going to network, you're going to party with different people, and you are going to be able to win them over. They like you. They want to be on board with you to achieve this goal. And because you have done the research, because you have the extensive knowledge to back up your excitement, they will go ahead. They may invest in the project that you're trying to do. They may give you different contacts that you need to have in order to achieve this goal, or they might just be there for support, right? Spiritual and emotional support. But the fact that you can have this knowledge and excitement is really going to be the key to success here. The next card is on the left, and it's all about what may trip you up. And this is exactly what your future self is coming in and saying. Your future self partied too much. Your future self got too excited and went out and met all these different people, but didn't have the knowledge to back up their plan, and they failed. So they're coming in and saying, look, yes, it's going to be great to go out and meet all of these people, but you also need to do the research. And what can trip you up, I see a spilled wine glass all over the book, which means that this is your research, that it's going to actually affect it too much. You're going to get too distracted by being excited around people, being out there networking, living it up, and not actually doing your research. So you have to do both. And I think your future self is saying, do the research first, then go out and meet the people, because then you will be all set. You will be ready when the people arrive to wow them and to achieve your goal. And the final card in the center here, this is what is actually going to happen if you follow this recommendation from your future self. Rather than going to see the king like you did in that bottom right card, you are going to become the king. You are going to become the master of this goal. You will own it. You will be it. You will know more about it than most people do. You will now become the expert as you achieve this goal, and it will propel you into your next goal, into your next chapter of success. So this is an awesome message coming from your future self. It starts out as a warning, but ends up as a major win. So I'm really excited for you, Pile 1. I hope you take this to heart. I hope this resonates with you. and I hope you get something out of it. Thank you so much for bringing your energy here with me today. I always appreciate it. Thank you to your future self for being here. Thank you for Spirit for being here. And know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today, your future self is coming in with a message that we need to hear right now. Yourself right now will benefit from this message. It may be a warning, it may be something to aspire to. So we're going to see how this goes. And as you can see, we have several different cards here in front of us, and the 3 cards on the right are going to be the message from your future self, and the 5 cards on the left are going to be what you can do about it now to either avoid that message if it's a warning, or to how to attain that message if it's something to aspire to. So let's get started. The first message coming in from your future self is one of a leaf. It is not attached to a tree, and here in the United States we have a lot of change in our weather. Right now it's going into autumn, so some of our trees actually lose their leaves. They change color and then they fall off the tree. And Spirit and your future self are coming in and saying there is divine timing coming into this message. Everything has a season, and there is something right now that you may be rushing into, but it is something that you must know down the line you will be rewarded for it, and not to rush into whatever you're thinking right now. There is a divine timing, there is a season for it, and right now, whatever you're thinking right now, it's not the time. So that's an interesting message. We're going to put this all together as we go along, but let's move on to the next message from your future self. The next card from your future self is a very adorable sloth animal, and it's eating a fruit. As we all know, sloths move incredibly slowly. They have such a slow metabolism that they need to move that slow, or else they will expend all of their energy. But this sloth is looking at us, it is very happy, it is eating a fruit, and your future self and Spirit are coming in and saying, this goal that you're going after, this time and presence that your future self is in, is going to take patience. It will pay off. You will get that fruit, but it's going to take patience because you are not in the season yet that you need to be in order for all of this to happen. It will happen, but you have to be patient. The next and last message of your future self to you is one of a flower, and it's a particular flower. It is of a wild azalea. And I did some research on this. What does this mean? It's fascinating because it actually goes along with the first 2 cards. And you might be thinking, RoboMonk, how is this going to go along with the first 2 cards? Wild azaleas, and azaleas in general, in Victorian times, were given as a sign of temperance, a sign of patience. And Back then, flowers had meaning when they were given. They had specific blessings, specific intentions, and the type of flower given also had incredible power and meaning to it. Just like we think of a red rose for love or something like that. Nowadays, it was much more complex back then. But an azalea was given for temperance and given for patience. So this coming in from your future self, these messages are very clear. But let's see what's actually going to happen now that we can actually get some meaning out of this. As we direct our attention to the wheel of cards on the left, we're going to start with the top one. This is what would happen if you don't go into the future with patience and temperance. I see a roller coaster. I see a lot of drama. I see a lot of ups and downs. And then eventually the roller coaster is running out of track and it's actually going to be launched off the track. I really feel like this is when you might be thinking of rushing into something or changing a plan last minute and saying, oh, but maybe I could do this, or maybe I could do that, and maybe this is exactly what I need, and not really thinking about it and just kind of reacting. And it may have an adverse effect on what you're trying to achieve. So, taking the message from your future self, you're going to want to be patient, you're going to want to be temperate. And riding this roller coaster and deciding last minute or deciding just with all emotion may not be the way to go. So, what can we actually do about it? How can we actually achieve this temperance, achieve this patience? I see a picture of you building columns of support. You are concentrating on yourself. You're concentrating on building foundations all around you, solid foundations, ones that won't crack under pressure, ones that will be there for you through thick and thin. So what would that be? That might be financial foundations. That might be spiritual foundations. That might be emotional foundations, gaining balance in your life, practicing self-love, enjoying every day as best as you can. All of these different things are going to create solid foundations for you moving into the future and taking it step by step, not rushing into things, and just enjoying the day and getting something accomplished every day. The next card is actually a very key meaning to all of this. It's something that may be unexpected, and this does shed a light on a lot of your future self coming back to you right now, and a lot of the different meaning about this. I see a person coming in with a love offering. Right now, as I look at this roller coaster up top, you may be thinking of changing who you are. You may be thinking of adapting to a person that you may think this other person that you're interested in may like. And this will create drama in your life. This will create unbalance in your life. You won't feel like yourself. changing yourself for someone to like you, your future self is saying that is not the best plan. You should be yourself. You should always be yourself. You should practice self-love. And if the person likes you for you, it will last long term. If you are changing yourself in order to impress a person or to win over their love, it's not going to work in the long term. You're just going to feel empty inside. So that's why your future self is coming in and saying, practice patience, practice temperance, and you will get the love you deserve. Because this person coming in loves you for you. They see the solid foundations that you have built. They see you as being an amazing person just for who you are. And this is how true love happens. We see one another for who they truly are, and we love them for it. The card on the left side is what might derail you, what might throw you off of this path in order to achieve this person coming into your life, achieve foundations and strength. What might throw you off of that path? I got an image of a cat, and any cat owners may know this, but when they get the really wide eyes and then they start racing around and they get distracted by everything and they can't decide which way to go, that's kind of the image that I'm getting with this. I'm getting a really wide-eyed cat, almost like on catnip. And they are chasing after anything and everything that they see right at that moment. And your future self is coming in and saying, this would derail you from achieving this person coming in and loving you for you. So your future self is warning you against that. Don't go for the shiny object right now. Have patience, have temperance, and this person will come in and love you for you. The final card that I see here in the center is what's going to happen if you stick to this actual path that your future self has come in and said, okay, I'm going to stick to temperance. I'm going to have patience. I'm going to build my self-love. This person comes in and loves me for me. You will walk in the halls that you have created. You will be in awe together of the foundation that you have built. And they will love you for that. It will strengthen them as a person. And they will contribute to this hall that you have built. They will contribute to the foundations and even make them stronger. And you will build your love on this solid foundation. And that is what lasts long term. So that's an amazing message from your future self, from Spirit. Thank you for your future self for being here. Thank you for Spirit for being here. And thank you for being here, lending your energy to this reading. Know that you're loved. Know that you're blessed. And I'll see you next time. Hello, Pile 3. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Today, your future self is coming in with a message for you right now. And we are going to explore it together. As you can see, we have several different cards in front of us. It's probably not a spread you've ever seen before. But the 3 cards on the right are going to be the messages that are from your future self. The 5 cards on the left are going to be how we either achieve that goal that your future self wants you to achieve, or avoid that warning that your future self is coming in and giving you right now. So whether it's a warning, whether it's something to achieve, we'll find out. But these 5 cards on the left will help us determine which path to take. So let's get started. The first message from yourself coming in, I see an image of an onion. This image, to me, always tells me that there are many layers, peeling back the layer to get to the onion. And your future self is saying that this is a secret to unravel. There is a mystery to unravel. I also see an eye above, a third eye, which tells me this is a spiritual mystery to unravel, which is fascinating. So your future self is about to solve a spiritual mystery. Sounds wonderful. The next message that I get from your future self is one of 4 petals, all balanced with the light and shadow on each petal. And 4 in and of itself is very stable. It has this sense of security, stability, and balance. So it seems that your future self has achieved balance, has achieved the light and the dark, and balancing them out in every direction while unraveling this spiritual mystery. Amazing. We are going to see how this all ties into you right now. Right now, I'm just getting the messages from your future self. We're going to interpret them in a little bit here. The next image and message I see from your future self is one of a staircase. There are stairs leading down and there are stairs leading up. And you are on this platform and you have to make a choice which way to go. It is up to you which way to go. And I feel your future self is coming in and saying, I'm going to guide you towards revealing this secret mystery, because it's going to bring balance and stability into your life. And your future self wants to make sure that you are going to do this. Because if we think about it, the future has many different options. There are different paths that you can take from here to then. This future self of this one possibility really wants you to choose that way because they feel amazing. They want you to feel amazing. So this future self is reaching back to you now and saying, here are the steps to achieve to where I am, and we will unlock this spiritual mystery, and it will be amazing. As we direct our attention to the 5 cards on the wheel to the left, this top card is an image of what if you did nothing, if you didn't change anything right now from where you are at right now. What would happen? I see an image of you in a box surrounded by beauty, but you are cut off from that beauty. You are feeling alone, you're feeling very sad, and in a dark place. You don't notice the beauty around you, and you feel very cut off from life. And I can see now why your future self is reaching out from the future and grabbing your attention. Because who wants to live like this? None of us do, right? None of us do. Sometimes we can feel this way. Sometimes we need a wake-up call when we are feeling this way. And to have something or someone snap us out of it so we can realize the beauty around us. Well, this is your future self coming in this time to snap you out of that. So you have several different things that you can do in order to avoid that. And your future self wants you to avoid that. So what can actually be done to avoid this? Being cut off from the daily beauty. I see an image of the light side of you and the dark side of you. The dark side of you does not want to do anything. It's kind of just there. The light side of you has a hammer ready to repair things, ready to take action, and is willing to move forward. The way that this image is, we see more of the light side than the dark side. And if we think about it between the light self and the shadow self is what you don't show people. The light self is what you show people. And what this means to me is that it's time for action. It's time for action to actually do things, to actually be involved with the life around you. Every day, we have a choice to do some action, any action, towards something or someone to make it a better place. It doesn't have to be much. Your future self is coming in and saying, choose one action today. It doesn't have to be much, but something, anything, to make this world a better place. And guess what happens to you when you do this action? You become better. The world becomes better because we are all part of this world and we are part of the surroundings around us. Your world and yourself have just become that much more beautiful because of that one action. If you feel like doing 2 actions, go for it. But create something beautiful in your life because you have the power. This next card is all about something that you won't expect, something that's coming into your life. I see many different spirits. I see many different animals. I see many different plants coming into your life. I see a lot of joy and beauty coming into your life, which is very encouraging. It's far different than that top card on the wheel, isn't it? Cut off from the beauty. You are becoming entrenched in this beauty. You are becoming a part of this beauty. We are making this world a better place, and it's reflecting back towards us as well. So with these animals, with this joy that they bring, with these spirits coming into your world, with the joy that they bring, with the plants, they are growing, and the joy and the fresh air that you get from them are all creating this beautiful, wondrous world around you. And you are realizing it. You are realizing that you have been beautiful all along. You are realizing that this world is beautiful, and it doesn't take much. Just one small action. Maybe watering a plant. Maybe putting a bug outside that doesn't need to be killed. Maybe patting a dog on the head. Maybe meditating. Maybe feeding a lizard. Something of that sort, where you really just make the world a better place and you acknowledge it. You acknowledge that beauty. This next card is what can derail you from this amazing path that your future self wants you to take. Your future self is coming in and saying, right now, you may feel like this is too hard to achieve. This is way far away. This beauty is just too hard to get to. You may feel like you're down in a pit and the people that are there to save you are hundreds of feet up. There's no way you can reach them. Your future self is coming in and saying, that's actually not true. You can take just tiny actions and they will have amazing consequences on yourself and the world around you. So don't be fooled by that emotion. It is not true. You can take and do whatever you can, whatever it is. You can even just think good thoughts. We all have our limitations, every single one of us. Some of us has more limitations than others, but sometimes our mind can be stronger than our physical bodies. Our spirit can be even stronger than our mind. If we have an amazing, strong spirit, we can shine that out into the world and make it a better place. We can all do this. We can all do it together. What's going to happen after all of this is done? You will achieve this sacred secret mystery coming from your future self. You will feel the love and beauty of the world surrounding you as you are a part of it. You will feel the beauty in yourself as well, and you will feel connected to spirit. You will make the right choice on that staircase, and you will rise. Thank you, Pile 3, for your future self, for being here. Thank you, Spirit, for being here. Thank you for being here. I always appreciate your presence in this reading. Know that you're loved, know that you're blessed, and I'll see you next time.